So, you clicked on this video because you want to be stupid like me and put a digital file, a YouTube video, or anything from your computer onto a VHS tape? You've come to the right place. So look, I'm not going to waste any of your time. I'm going to show you all the things that you'll need in order to make this fantasy a reality. So, other than a TV and a VCR, you're first going to need a laptop. And if your laptop doesn't have an HDMI port anywhere on it, then you'll need a dongle thingy. You need cables, 2 composite cables and 1 HDMI cable, a blank tape and a VHS case, and finally an HDMI to AV contraption adapter thingy. Once you have all of these items, you can get into it, and I put some of the links in the description to buy if you guys need them. So first you want to pick your digital files, and if your files are already on your computer, then that's great. You can also record the files straight from YouTube or anywhere else on your laptop, and if you guys want to connect like all these videos together, all these separate videos, what I personally like to do is throw them all in an editor timeline. I add some opening logos, I add a white screen of death, and I add some transitions in between the individual videos. You don't need to do that, but you can if you want to, just like how you don't need to download the YouTube videos that you're gonna potentially use. I use a paid version of GeoSoft 4K video downloader to ensure I don't get any viruses, but if you guys want to risk using a free YouTube to MP4 downloader, go ahead and do it. I'm not going to stop you from doing that. Or you could just buy YouTube Premium. I don't know. It's your choice. Alright, so once your digital video files are prepared in any way that you need them, we can get to the hookup process. To begin this, simply connect your VCR to your TV using a composite cable. Now the back of my VCR is where the output is, so you connect the cable on your VCR out and plug it into your TV's input. And if your TV doesn't have a composite cable input, then you'll need this AV to HDMI adapter. I made a video on how to use it a few years ago. The link will be in the description if you guys need it. So now that the VCR is set up, let's turn to the laptop. And since I have a MacBook, again, like I said, I need the aforementioned dongle in order to plug in the HDMI. Plug the dongle into the MacBook, then plug the HDMI cable in the dongle. Now we get to the key of connecting these two setups. Take your HDMI to AV gadget thingy and plug it into a USB power source. Then take a second composite cable and plug it in, connecting it to the front of your VCR. Then from the same HDMI cable that's plugged into the dongle, plug it into the adapter. Turning on your VCR should reveal your computer display on screen, and if nothing's showing up, I know that my VCR has an option to switch inputs. Hitting the input button on the remote switches it to L2, which shows my computer display, and wow, what a setup. It's actually relatively painless as long as you're okay with some cables running across your floor. Now we can actually get to the recording process. Pull up the digital file on your laptop and set it at the beginning, pause it, just put it at the beginning of the video. Now the example that I'm going to use is my 5-hour vlog series finale because no one can prevent me from putting this beast onto VHS. Just be aware that you're going to need an appropriate blank tape depending on what you want to record. For example, this is an 8-hour tape, which is more than enough to fit a 5-hour video on, but because I'm going to be recording in EP mode, the picture is going to look especially bad. Now I'm not going to bore you guys with SP and all these other picture modes because chances are you want the picture to have a little bit of that VHS shittiness to it. Now put in your blank tape and rewind it all the way to the beginning. Pull up your digital file and hit play. Now on the VCR, hit record and double check that your speed is where it needs to be. After recording for a few seconds, I would recommend stopping by hitting, well, the stop button. Switch your input to L1 and check to see that everything is working smoothly. Issues may pop up like no sound coming in through the TV or the tape itself, but that can be adjusted just by fidgeting with your laptop settings. Once everything checks out, let the recording do its thing. Now recording on a VHS takes place in real time, meaning that it's going to take 5 hours to put a 5-hour video on the tape. Some VCRs have fancy settings where you can kind of set when it's going to stop after like 30 minutes or an hour. You're able to set that to stop automatically. The strategy that I used was I just set an alarm on my phone to let me know whenever the tape was close to done recording, and then I hit the stop button whenever it was time. Really just do whatever you want, whatever works for you. So since our 5-hour tape is going to take a while to get onto VHS, let's take the time to design a cover. In the description down below, I put a template for a VHS art sleeve cover thingy. They're meant to be used for a case that is about this size. So to design a cover like this, I use Pixlr, but you can use Photoshop or really any photo editing software. I use Pixlr because it's free and very easy to use. Okay, so put your template in and... oh wait, okay. Yeah, there's something on my camera. Just do that. Oh, nice. A completed cover. Yeah, I'm not really gonna go in depth on, you know, designing VHS box cover art. Just throw in some images and text boxes, rearrange them in any way that you want, and you should be pretty golden. It should do the trick. Now, I don't have a printer, so it looks like I'm gonna have to travel to my college campus to print this thing out. Okay, well, that was easy enough. Once you have your thing printed out, just cut it out with scissors as straight as you can, or if you have one of like the really exact cutter thingies, you can use that. I just use scissors because no one's really gonna pay attention to the corners or the edges at all. And go ahead and slip it in your case. I'm gonna leave the link to this these specific cases that I got, but be aware that I got them off of eBay. And like, I ordered a pack of 10 and half of them came kind of damaged. So just be wary of that. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but just so that way you're aware. And that's kind of the beginning to end process of getting a digital file into VHS. You know, once the file is done being played out, just hit stop and you have a complete digital file on VHS. Now, many may ask what the point of this is and why I went through the trouble of making this whole set of tapes. Well, it should go without saying that VHS has a nostalgia factor. Being born in 2004 makes me one of the last to use VHS heavily. It was how I watched all my favorite movies for years as a kid. And for those who don't know, my vlog series that I'm showing on screen is basically my whole high school experience on video. The vlog series itself is preserving my years as a high schooler, so my friends and I can look back on them and feel that sense of nostalgia. So I figured, why not? You know, it seems appropriate to put an inevitably nostalgic thing of mine on a nostalgic format. That was really my train of thought going into this. I figured this video would be the most appropriate place to show these tapes off. You know, the covers and everything. I didn't go through the trouble of printing out sticker labels or anything because no one's really going to see those. But yeah, it's just kind of a fun side hobby project little thing that I did. And yes, these tapes all work and they all have the full videos on them. 5 of them are 6-hour tapes and 2 of them are 8-hour tapes. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions or any general comments, leave them in, well, the comments section, and I'll try to get around to answering them or reacting to them in some way. And let me know how you guys like the vlog VHS tapes, because I think that they look pretty cool. And I just want to take the time right now to let you guys know that I'm still sticking to at least 1 upload a month for the first half of 2023. If you guys paid attention to the first video of the year, then you know that something big is coming out. It's in the works right now, and that will be addressed in an update video coming out this May. And I hope you guys stay tuned for it because it's something worth getting excited for, in my opinion. So, other than that, happy tape playing. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I will see you guys next month.